Okay, friends, so today we're gonna read some of my award-winning DPH book, which is I Love DPH Twisted Tales of Delirium, Volume 1. Um, just so you know, this is a winner of multiple awards. This is an award-winning book. It's the winner of Best Reddit Books Critics' Choice Awards. It's also the winner of Most Memorable Book in the DPH Literature Awards, and also, last but not least, it's the winner of Best Book of 2020 Redditor Spotlight Awards. So this is a widely acclaimed work of literature, and it's available for free. Yes, it is 100% free. Written by yours truly, the DPH Master. I'll leave the link in the description, but you can see here, this is the official link for the official DPH book. I'm not gonna read the entire thing because, of course, it has like over 100 pages of pure unhinged delirium. So it's a quite extensive work of literature, and I'm not going to read everything. I'm just going to show you the best parts. So this whole scripture is dedicated to all DPH friends over at I Love DPH, which is our all-inspiring, awesome, and great DPH subreddit. And also, this is copyrighted, so original content do not steal. And this is a list of stuff that you can find in the book. This isn't the number of the page. This is just I don't know, I just wanted to put a number to everything. So anyway, welcome DPH friends. This is simply epic. This is the beginning of a new journey. An era of wonderful adventure and delirious musings is about to begin. Are you brave enough to venture forth into such amazing and awe-inspiring book? Into this book thou shalt find only the best of the best, better than the rest of Twisted Tales of Delirium, brought to you directly from the one and only official DPH subreddit, I Love DPH. Only the best DPH stories, poems, memes, and whatnot is about to unfold before your very eyes. Art thou ready? If so, then turn the fucking page, but beware, shocking content ahead. Reader discretion advised. So this is a small comic that I did a long time ago. It is outstanding how the Dramin can suck you into its world. By the way, Dramin is the Brazilian brand of dihydrogenate, also known as diphenhydramine with caffeine, which is the same shit. Also known as DMH. So it's outstanding how the Dramin can suck you into its world. It's a soothing pain and very, very nice tingling. Yes, it is calling you. You must abuse the DPH right now. So saith the Lord Hatman. Do you desire to see the nice spiders? They're waiting for you in the Shadow Realm. The DPH, it hurts, but it hurts so, so good. And it is warm and fuzzy inside my hot body. Also, this is interesting. This is a true story of my life. This happened a long time ago. So this is what happened. Visions of death. This morning, after 5 days without DMH, I decided to take my usual low dose of 200 milligrams, and I got a very, very nice relax that I love so much. It was awesome, and I thank the Lord Hatman for this blessing. But soon after the relax began, while I was on the bus going to work, I suddenly started having horrible satanic visions of suicide. It was not an external hallucination, it was an internal vision. A very powerful and scary as fuck metal movie played in my mind of me on the highway running in front of trucks and my body being slaughtered, paramedics covering my mangled corpse with a white blanket, and I was seeing them do this with my own dead eyes. I had multiple visions of this kind, and I felt a very strong urge to do it, like I was losing control of myself. I had also many strong urges to scream out loud. Stop, like a fucking retard. I had the feeling that I was going to scream at any moment, and that I had no control over it. But at the same time, I thought to myself, okay, I'm tripping, so I better calm the fuck down before I act like a demented junkie. This psychosis lasted for about 30 minutes, then I fortunately regained my sanity before reaching the bus station. Shit was fucked up, guys. It really, really was. Now, this is one of my favorite chapters of the book, which talks about the DPH atmosphere. So I'm gonna read this because it's very, very interesting. Since I'm currently on a sobriety weekend from my weekly low-dose DPH binges, and I feel clear-headed enough, I'd like to elaborate on what I affectionately call the DPH atmosphere. I've said countless times before that low-dose DPH may induce, at least in me, a childlike mind, and I think this is a big part of the DPH atmosphere. I'm not sure if anyone else gets this kind of effect, but it's very consistent. And by that I mean it invariably always happens to me on DPH at low to moderate doses. Basically, it feels that everything around me is trying to grab my attention somehow, as several random things in my perceptual field start glowing in a strange light. Not literally, but metaphorically speaking. Things just look different, in a very odd and undescribable way. They definitely look interesting, but for no apparent reason. To illustrate this, I've had many experiences of looking at the asphalt, or at random trees or fallen leaves or cars, and feeling lost in them, as if magically absorbed by them. It's not that there's anything particularly interesting about those things, but they feel interesting. It doesn't make much sense talking about it, but when I'm in the DPH atmosphere, it doesn't matter that it makes no sense, since it does feel interesting and awesome at the moment. It's only later, when that atmosphere dissipates completely, that everything reverts to their original boring way of being, and which makes me want more of it, which leads to strong psychological addiction, which I have to acknowledge. There's an overall mood change, both entering and exiting the DPH atmosphere. The entrance is lightly euphoric. When inside, it can be very soothing and relaxing, but once you stay long enough, it becomes a bit confusing, with everything competing for your attention, and it may feel like an evil force is doing things to your mind to bother you and make you go mad. Like having obsessive thoughts and internal visions of things you'd never want to think about. Random bad thoughts come and go, uninvited inside your mind. When reaching the outer limits of the DPH atmosphere, it becomes a nightmare. The mood is irritable, and it can fill you with murderous intent. It wants to keep you inside. It doesn't want you to leave, but your body has to get rid of the DPH, and it's not an easy task for your brain. So it's painful, and you can feel the struggle inside, and you have to go through it. Then 6 hours later, it's completely gone, and you're back to your normal self again. Normal self again. With all the same old boring stuff all around you. The next day, it starts calling you back, and you can't help but accept it, so the cycle repeats, and you'll soon be back into the pH space with all the tingling, relaxation, wild mood swings, mental retardation, neurotoxicity, and physical pain that you eventually learn to love and hate so much. It's psychological addiction at its best. Yeah, so this is another, it's a picture I took from the drumming. These are some DPH toxicity symptoms. So you have the nice paralysis of smooth muscles, you have violent mood swings, you have acute psychosis, you have anticholinergic poisoning, you have the fun sinus tachycardia, which is your heart goes apeshit. You have urinary retention, you can't pee. You have blurred vision, you can't see straight. You have agonal breathing, like you're breathing, but it's like you're doing it consciously. You have to remember. You have to remind yourself, well, I have to breathe, I have to take a breath, because if you don't, you won't do it automatically, I guess. You have also the very fun tonic-clonic seizures. You have neurotoxicity, you have vertigo, you have intense dysphoria in high doses, where you feel like you're gonna fucking die at any moment, but you're never gonna die. Unless you take like 4 grams of this shit. You have also loss of coordination, you have word salad because you can't speak properly, you have restless leg syndrome, you have paranoia where you think people are looking at you or people are following you or whatever. You have delusions, which is you think things that aren't really happening. You believe stuff that you wouldn't normally believe in. And you have heart flutter, which is your heart beating irregularly, I guess. This is a nice picture of my delectable breakfast. This happened like one morning, and I took some I ate toast with some nice DPH pills and some hazelnut cream, whatever, hazelnut spread with some strawberry juice and vodka. It was most certainly delectable. It was a long time ago. It was fun, very fun. Behold the madness. This is a nice picture. Cross the threshold. Abuse the magical drug. And this is a nice poem. I'm not gonna read everything, like I said, so if you want to read everything, just download the book and you'll be able to read all the nice stuff. Well, this is very personal, and I decided to write it in the book because some people just don't get the reason why I take this, the reason why I love the pH, and you know, people are just ignorant. So this is one reason why I wrote this very personal story. Do not judge me. Okay, so let me establish some facts first. I'm 31 years old. By the way, I am now 32 because I wrote this book some time ago when I was still 31. So when I was about 18, I was diagnosed with dysthymia, also known as persistent depressive disorder, which is a chronic mild to moderate form of depression that feels more like a depressed personality. By that I mean I don't usually get severe episodes of depression like people with major depression do. When I'm not medicated, I am constantly depressed 24/7, not severely, but enough to prevent me from doing most things a normal independent adult must do. When I'm not taking any antidepressants, I feel neutral most of the time, not sad or happy or whatever. I think the technical term would be flat affect. That said, when I get really sad, it might bring about a proper episode of depression. And that's what doctors call double depression, which is an episode of major depression on top of the persistent depressive disorder. Yeah, that exists. Shit is fucked up. Just look it up. Double depression. It exists, and it's most certainly fucked up. One of the major misunderstandings about depression is that it's a kind of deep sadness, as if it was that simple. Sadness does not correlate directly with depression. You can have depression and not be sad, and you can also be both depressed and sad, or just sad but not depressed. Obviously, what happens is that once you're depressed, even if you're not exactly sad at that moment, you most likely become sad because, for example, you won't be able to enjoy life or see the good side of things, etc., which in turn worsens the depression. This is all based on my own experience because depression is different for each individual person. So for me, at least in my experience, that's how it works. That's how it is. In my case, being depressed means I'll have no energy to do stuff I like. I'll be fatigued for no reason. I'll tend to sleep all day long and stay awake during the night obsessing over stupid shit and be miserable until the sun comes up. My self-esteem will be low as fuck, my anxiety will skyrocket, and I won't be able to leave the house and lose my job and all that depression crap. That will surely make me sad. But today, thanks to amitriptyline, which I'm not currently taking, my depression is not as bad as it used to be, so I can function almost like a quote-unquote normal person. Almost. I have also been diagnosed with severe social phobia, aka social anxiety. In my case, amitriptyline alone doesn't work for social phobia. By the way, social phobia is when you can't really, when you think it's very, very difficult to interact with other people. Social interactions are painful and very, very stressing. I don't know. For that, I've been recommended psychotherapy and to switch to another antidepressant that would work better for both depression and anxiety. I have even been prescribed a low dose of Xanax for short-term relief, but then again I've been researching other treatments online that would be cheap and OTC. So I've decided I'm going to try something called St. John's wort and kava, which I tried and it does not work and doesn't do shit. That's a natural combo made from plant extract. I don't know if it works, but it doesn't. But from what I've read online, people and doctors say it does help to reduce symptoms of mild to moderate depression, which is my case. In fact, I've read that in Germany, the St. John's wort is the single most prescribed antidepressant ever, so there's that. I don't know if that's true, but I've read it somewhere, so it might be true, or it might be wrong, I don't know. Next week I'll try this nice combo, and if it works I'll stop taking the amitriptyline, not suddenly but gradually as it should be. Turns out it didn't work, didn't do shit for me, so I just abandoned it completely. I just threw it down the toilet. Does not work. Oh, and let's not forget to mention that before amitriptyline I had been abusing the fuck out of the very, very nice, awesome, wonderful, mystical and magic drug DPH, aka diphenhydramine or dimethylhydrinate or Benadryl or Dramin or whatever. It makes me much less depressed and sort of gets rid of my anxiety for about 3 to 4 hours, which makes me not care about anything going on around me. I affectionately call this the DPH zombification effect. But then with chronic abuse, it tends to cause panic attacks, true, psychosis, and mental retardation. Quite literally, I'm not joking. That's why some people argue that I might be retarded. Well, I might be retarded indeed. That is a possibility. But that's a very, very long story you can probably read elsewhere in our nice subreddit. Some other over-the-counter drugs I've also tried to treat anxiety are hydroxyzine, which is shit, doesn't work for shit, and carisoprodol, aka Soma, which is a muscle relaxant or something like that. They sort of work, but not enough to make me 100% stable, and they don't get along with amitriptyline, so I can't rely on those. So there you have it, friends. That's me and my medical bullshit. I hope you liked it. But wait, there is more. I ain't telling you anything else though. So that's one of my nice true life stories. Let's see what else we have. Ode to the Magical Drug. Let's read this one. This one I like very much. I desire the DPH magic again. I need it. I want it. This is my ode to the magical drug. Okay, so it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning right now. By the way, this is a true story. Not joking. I am on vacation from work. No need to sleep. Sleep is bullshit. I am currently wide awake, obviously though. Thinking of the DPH, thinking of the magical pink pill. It is beautiful. And it is horrible at the same time. It shines with magic. Dark magic. It shows me visions of a twisted and demonic realm. It brings me joy, and it also brings me unspeakable pain and suffering. Our Lord Hetman has never left me. He knows me. He knows everything. And he's calling me. He says, come my child, come take the DPH. It good. It make you feel warm and fuzzy. It bring the relax. You need it. You desire it. You lust after it. You're gonna take it and you're gonna like it. I fight every day against the will of the Lord, but He's the Almighty Lord. He knows His children deeply, intimately. He knows every little secret of my past, present, and future. I so much desire the DPH. I want to see the magic realm. It is dark realm. It is powerful and all-encompassing. You cannot escape from it. Once you take the DPH and you see the realm of true delirium, you are bound to it eternally. You might not take the DPH, you might be clean for a month, even a year. He does not sleep and he does not forget. You will come back for more. The magical realm is always there. He's always there, watching your every move. Your soul is bound to the Lord. He giveth the joy and the relax you need, but he also taketh the life out of your soul, until all that remains is a shell of your former self. It is desolating but comforting, because in death we reunite. You need to go deeper. You can't go back home. If you get into Hetman's dark and all-encompassing embrace, you shall not go back. So then come my child, do not be afraid. Come with us, enjoy the magic. The magic of DPH is eternal. You need it, you desire it, and you want it. It will show you the deep mysteries of the mind. Your third eye shall be forever open. You're gonna see the beyond, and once you know the truth, you cannot forget it, you cannot escape it. You and Hetman shall become one. Inextricably bound to the Lord, he shall feed off your fears and your weaknesses, and he shall grow stronger, for he is the Lord, and his power is great and all-encompassing. Art thou ready to givest up thy body and soul to the Lord? He awaiteth for the right moment, when thou shalt experiment with the magic, and once you get under his almighty spell, thou shalt seize the truth. You will need to endure a horrible pain and suffering, deep beside your mind. If thou wantest to prove that thou art worthy of the knowledge, the veil shall be lifted forever. Thou shalt seize the realm beyond, and the world will reveal itself for what it really is. Thou canst not unseest it, and thou canst not escapest it. Give your life to the Lord right now. Hetman is eternal, and he is relentless. His third eye seeth it all. Thou canst not hide from him, for he watcheth over thee. He knoweth thee. Art thou ready to descend into the depths of the mind? If so, then come, my child, come take the DPH. Do not be afraid, it will hurt, but it will hurt good. You're gonna like it, and you're gonna abuse it. May he possesseth thy soul for all eternity. Yes, my man. That's how it works. The Hitchhiker's Guide to DMH. Not gonna read this one. Let's see what else we have here. The DPH dichotomy. I feel that DPH makes it easier for me to bear the mental afflictions that haunt me. Oh my god, I can't speak today. I feel that DPH makes it easier for me to bear the mental afflictions that haunt me every single day of my life, while it also takes a toll on my brain, and in due time makes my mental problems even worse. How does it make it easier? Well, it numbs the mental pain that I routinely have to endure. It makes me not care. I'm unable to feel emotions for the external world while I'm under the influence of DPH. I end up feeling pain, fear, and anxiety, but it's due to stuff happening inside me as opposed to the environment. It makes me indifferent to the world around me, like someone could be stabbed to death right in front of me, and I'd go like, meh. Or someone could mess with me or do something to me, and I'd be like, I just don't give a shit to anything when I'm high on DPH. It temporarily induces a state of indifference and an empty mind for a couple of hours, which is good for a mind forever voyaging like mine. My mind is constantly going apeshit with a lot of garbage and poisonous thoughts that slowly but surely destroy my brain cells one by one. DPH also poisons my brain, but if I have to choose between the DPH poison and my autochthonous brain poison, I choose DPH always. How does it make you worse? Well, because neurotoxic, obviously. DPH has long been proven neurotoxic. It tends to cause or worsen dementia if you take it long term. It messes with my brain chemistry so much I get paranoid and eventually quasi-psychotic if I take it every day for a week or two. Like I always say, it hurts the brain. It tends to worsen my depression after some time. It makes my mood very unstable, and sometimes this drug leaves me with a murderous aftertaste. I just hate on people for no reason and just want to viciously kill other humans like a madman. DPH makes me go crazy. It sure does. I hope I've painted a clear picture of how DPH affects me, both positively and negatively. This is the DPH dichotomy, in my opinion. Do you abuse it and feel the same? Do you have different reactions? I'd love to hear from you, so feel free to leave a comment. By the way, this was posted on the subreddit, so that's why I'm telling people to leave comments. Give me all your Benadryl. All your Benadryl are belong to me, motherfuckers. Yes. DPH cured my COVID-18. Oh my god. Gotta go fast. Come to my house. No, DPH. Fast. Brazilian DPH overdose. when you have your first drumming 1.5 grams overdose. Wee woo, here comes the ambulance. DPH video game, which by the way, I am not working on DPH video game at the moment because I'm lazy as fuck and I have other stuff to do, so no, I'm not making video game at the moment. I tried, I'm still gonna make it someday. I don't know when, but someday in the future. The frog giveth the bamboozle. The PH Battle Royale. Five reasons why. Oh, and I mean regardless of the dysphoria, mental retardation, health risks, and all that negative Nancy crap I'm not even supposed to care about because I only care about the good stuff. First, very nice relax, aka brain kummies, mind orgasm, and eye anxiety bomb. Second, mild, short-lived euphoria. Third, indifference to other people and their actions, aka zombification of the self. Fourth, visual enhancement, aka vivid color filter, eagle eye, visual ape-shitting. And fifth, depression relief, aka antidepressant effect. Those are 5 reasons why take DPH. Hatman calls you. Delusions. I'm talking about having delusions on DPH. Sweet Desire. Another poem. The DPH master was falsely believing to be free from DPH. He never actually quit. I never did. I never did. This was a bamboozle. Open your mind. Not reading this. Do not forget to shid. When you abuse the DPH and you forget to shid. Alright, motherfuckers, who the fuck shit my pant? The mind changeth. The mind gets projected inward. Meaning it makes me care less about what's going on around me and more about what's happening inside my body. Slowly the environment goes to the background of awareness while all my thoughts and feelings come to the foreground and stay there. This is my hypothesis on why DPH can temporarily cure my depression. I can't prove it, but I can't disprove it either. Nice. Funny shit. The first 3 signs. That's when I know that the DPH has definitely kicked in. Euphoria, first thing, then hypersensitive skin, then slight confusion. Yes, that's how it goes. How to get psychosis in 3 simple steps. Do you desire to find out what psychosis feels like? Well, if you do, then just follow this simple tutorial of how to become dangerously psychotic in only 3 easy peasy steps. 1. Do DPH every single day for several weeks. 2. I wonder what happens. And then 3. Profit. It works. At least for me, it works. So this is one very interesting report, something that happened to me a long time ago. The Mystery of Reality, True Story. About yesterday's events, please bear with me, for this is going to be a long wild ride. When I took the 500 milligrams of DMH and suddenly things looked at and felt more real than real, one thing I noticed very clearly, and that left me in a very confused and mesmerized state, is the following. I was on the bus on a highway, going to work. I was watching the cars go vroom vroom as usual, but I saw the entire cars. What I mean is, suddenly I came to the stark realization that normally I can only see isolated parts of a complex object, just one single part at a time. Not that I have a problem with my vision or anything, my vision is like 100% normal, but only now I have come to the realization that my brain processes the visual information is in a wrong way or some shit. Because yesterday, for the first time in 31 years, I fucking saw an entire car all at once. And my jaw just fucking dropped. I swear to motherfucking God, that moment will never leave my memory. Also, at some point along the highway, there was some construction work going on, and I looked at the dirt, and there was a construction worker sitting there. I could see all the individual fucking grains of sand at the same time. I saw the entire fucking dirt and the worker in the middle of it all, and it looked so clear, like what the actual fuck is going on? Is it even possible that this fucking drug fixed something in my brain? If only for a couple of minutes. I swear to God I'm so confused, because now for the first time in my life, I am not sure if I have a brain problem that DPH fixes somehow, or if the DPH itself is actually causing me some brain problem and making me believe a veil has been lifted for me to see the world in the way it actually is. Guys, please, I'm not joking. Help. This was probably, now in retrospect, thinking about this, it could be that this was a delusion. I thought I was seeing things like they were supposed to be, but in fact it was just some DPH effect. Not the, it wasn't that a veil was lifted or anything. It's just that my perceptual field was intensified, amplified, whatever. So this is what I call a delusion itself. Lesser known DPH signs like dizziness, irrational fear of drinking water because I'm afraid I'm going to choke on it. Irrational fear of swallowing on tongue. This is the weirdest fuck. This is the weirdest shit ever. Because I think I'm going to swallow my tongue and I get terrified to the point that I have to hold my tongue with my fingers because I'm afraid I'm going to swallow it and I'm gonna choke on it. And it's fucking retarded because it's literally impossible to swallow your own tongue. You just can't do it. Powerful inner visions of death and suicide, teeth grinding, obsessive compulsions, staring at people, staring at stuff without blinking. So these are some lesser known DPH signs, lesser known DPH effects. What else? I chase psychosis. No, I don't chase psychosis anymore. DPH withdrawal diaries when I spent like a weekend and a couple of days without DPH, and I had some nasty withdrawal symptoms. When it becomes too much, this is when I realized that it was causing me some very difficult brain problems. So that's why I decided to stop taking DMH for a while. Psychotic frenzy. It's a long, true story. Why DPH? a very, very nice relax. Last Will and Testament. Oh, this is bullshit. A cycle. This is what usually happens when I take the pH. Okay, so this is the largest dose of DPH that I've ever taken. Actually, DMH, which was 1 gram, 1 gram and a half of DMH. Scary and addictive. I wrote this report 2 weeks ago, actually many months ago. Then I swore I'd never try this again. Today I'm already thinking about doing it for the second time. This happened a long time ago actually. Okay, so I bought a box of Dramamine containing 30 pills, 50 milligrams dihydrogenate each. It was late night. First I took 4 pills and waited some 30 minutes. Absolutely nothing happened. Then I took 2 more pills and waited some 30 minutes. Again nothing. I ended up repeating this process of taking 2 pills at a time and waiting until I would notice any effects. In the end I ingested 1,500 milligrams of this shit in total. I took all of the 30 pills and only felt somewhat heavier and a little drunk, probably because I was also drinking some vodka. I was so frustrated and angry that nothing out of the ordinary was happening, so I gave up and went to sleep. Bad move. I woke up in the middle of the night feeling nauseous and didn't have enough time to reach the bathroom, so I puked on my bedroom floor. It was too dark to see anything, and I felt very heavy and disoriented, so I decided that I would clean it up in the morning. Then I went back to sleep. Well, I woke up in the morning feeling weird. While I was getting up, I looked down and saw a small pool of black goo splattered on the floor. I was shocked. What the fuck was that? Then I remembered that I had to puke during the night and came to realize that the black goo was my vomit. I was even more shocked and disgusted. Why did I puke some disgusting black goo? What was in that? I had no idea, so I grabbed a small tool that looks like a trowel and proceeded to take small samples of vomit to look closer and try to find out what it was. I smelled it. It had a very sweet but also very sickly smell. It was one of the most disgusting things I had ever seen. Eventually I finished cleaning the floor, and to this day I have absolutely no idea what that was. Now I think that it was some stomach lining that I had separated from my stomach, obviously, because there was too much dihydrogenate, and it just, I don't know, I think I'm almost sure it was my stomach lining, which, by the way, it supposedly regrows after a while. So anyway, I stumbled into the living room feeling very, very heavy and spaced out. Suddenly I look into the other bedroom where I keep the litter box of my cat, and there he was sitting next to the litter box. I found it strange that he was looking directly at me in the eyes. I walked closer to the bedroom door and kept looking at him. He didn't move or blink. He seemed paralyzed. If you own a cat, you probably know that cats don't maintain eye contact with someone for a prolonged period of time. They always tend to look somewhere else, then look back at you. He was absolutely not doing that, and for whatever reason his eyes were making an expression of hatred. Like a human when you are furious and you give someone an angry look. Cats don't fucking do that. Animals don't do that. But there he was looking directly at me deep in my eyes and emitting anger and hatred and loath towards me. Suddenly I felt a horrible shiver down my spine. It even reached to the back of my head. I was extremely shocked by my cat's expression. I called him, put food in his bowl. He didn't move. He was fucking petrified. When I tried to get closer to him, he kept following me with his demonic eyes. I was so scared I screamed at him. He ran out of the bedroom, still following me with his hateful eyes. This went on for maybe 30 minutes until I was too tired to try to understand what was going on. I was highly delirious at that moment. I lived by myself, but I felt his hatred towards me, and this hatred started spreading all over my apartment. I felt like everything hated me and was angry at me for whatever reason. I felt like complete shit. Shivers kept going down my spine and I started feeling like mosquitoes were biting me all the time. That's when I started noticing some very small black dots on the living room floor. I knelt down, looked closer, and realized that the little black dots were actually dark red and they had legs. They looked exactly like minuscule ticks. Then I remembered I had read somewhere that seeing spiders and other bugs was very common on the PH. Then I was absolutely sure the drug was indeed working, and I quickly started to regret having consumed 1,500 milligrams of that shit, because suddenly I started feeling a weird rush through my body. I felt like I was about to faint, so I lay down on my bed and started breathing deeply, like it wasn't an automatic thing, as if I had to actively control my breathing, trying to calm down. I was about to call an ambulance because I thought I was going to die. I started seeing black dots all over my bed, and when I looked closer, there they were, those fucking ticks. I got up terrified, went to the living room. The demonic cat of Satan was there, paralyzed, emitting his utter hatred towards me. The more I maintained eye contact with him, the more demonic he appeared. It was truly hell. I was extremely paranoid, started hearing faint voices, seeing things out of the corner of my eyes. Some objects and walls around the apartment had this very weird, jagged, transparent outlines, which would start shaking uncontrollably the more I focused on them. Everything that happened sent me into some paranoid state, as I believed the apartment had now some extremely demonic presence, like every single object was now emitting hatred towards me. I felt like I went to sleep in the normal dimension and woke up in an alternate dimension, and I was begging for it to end. I was never so scared in my entire life. If I could describe this experience using only 3 words, I would definitely say hatred, hell, and nightmare. I started shaking and sweating uncontrollably with fear. My hands were shaking like I had a severe case of Alzheimer's. I tried to use my phone to talk to a friend, but I was shocked to realize that I could not read because everything was extremely blurry. No matter how much I tried, I could not read anything at all. I tried to type some message to my friend, but as I couldn't read and my hands were almost out of control, I typed some random letters, to which my friend replied, "What?" I didn't even try to contact anyone else, was completely shocked and wanted this nightmare to end. My mouth was starting to get extremely dry. I think I spent the day in my bedroom watching videos on YouTube, trying to ignore the hell I was now locked in. Sometimes when I was watching gaming related videos, the voices of people talking in the video started getting distorted, like they were speaking in slow motion. Whenever some guy was talking, his voice would distort and I would hear something like Satan's voice, and sometimes when I was really paying attention to what they were saying, their speech slowly became a word salad. It was so horrifying, and it truly felt demonic and like the devil was trying to communicate with me through some form of wordplay. I was almost wishing death to escape this nightmare. I was having severe panic attacks every 30 minutes where I believed I was dying. I kept enduring this hell the entire day. Eventually that night I went to sleep because I started feeling somewhat better. Next morning I still couldn't read, but the panic attacks were gone and my cat appeared to be normal again. Today I swore to myself that I would never try or even touch any other psychedelic for the rest of my life, as if DPH was a psychedelic, which it isn't. I think that dihydrogenate pills should be nicknamed the satanic delirious nightmare pill. I learned my lesson and thankfully I survived to tell my wretched story. So this was my horrible a gram and a half DMH trip. This is about 4 months of regular DPH usage. This is basically what happened to me. This is a song, a very nice song that I wrote about DPH and my DPH friends. Not gonna sing it for you. I'm not in the mood for singing. A tool for self-harm. Yes. Riding the DPH high waves. The secret addiction. Achievements. 100 milligrams, sorry, nothing. 200 milligrams, nice sleepy head. 500 milligrams, the heart goes apeshit. 700 milligrams, spider, tick zone. 1 gram, delirium, schizophrenia simulator. 1 gram and a half, Satan, I'm coming home, Papa. And over 2 grams, you are a winner. Which means you'll be dead. You'll be fucking dead. Delusions of reference. Delirium tremens. Daddy, please, we are hungry. Daddy, I require sustenance. Feed me. Where the fuck my Benadryl? Give me my DPH right now. Do not talk to me or my sons ever again. The face when you abuse the fucking DPH for over a decade. You are belong to the Lord. Visit Delirium once. Your body and soul are belong to him forever. This is the Lord Hetman. DPH comics from an old nice DPH friend. This is really nice. Not gonna read it. When you think the DPH not working, high-pitched demonic screeching. It do be like that sometimes. Illusion 100. My chair when I'm sober and my chair when I'm on the DPH. This is not a hallucination, but you misinterpret a lot of what you see. You think you're seeing something. You think you're seeing someone when it, in fact, it's just a pile of clothes. Look away. Me at 3 AM looking at what may or may not be the devil. Me looking away because I don't want to fucking know. On DPH this happens quite frequently, so yeah. Why you not let me poison myself when the DPH haters trying to convince me to stop abusing the DPH? DPH is shit, please stop abusing this drug. Why you not let me poison myself? I mean, it's my body, I'll do whatever I want with it, fuck you. If you don't want me to take DPH, I'm gonna take it. Don't tell me not to do DPH, I'm gonna take it anyway. It's my hot body, I'll do whatever I want. Showering on DPH be like, soap gets in my eyes, the demon in the bathroom. DPH is radical. Sure is. Sure is. The wind of the psychotic fire, me and my psychosis. No, Carl, there will be no delirium psychosis in my classroom. Oh, okay, Mrs. Fritz, I'm about to head out. On the outside I skirt, but on the inside I hurt. Sad angry liver. After a 2-week DPH binge, I'd listen up, you little shit. That's my liver speaking. I'd listen up, you little shit. I ain't putting up with your shit no more. Fuck this kid, I'm going home. See you in hell, hope you get brain damage, you demented sick fuck. And then after a 2-week break, lol, just kidding, fuck that shit. Let's party, motherfucker, I'm going back in. They grooving. When you're asleep, what do the shadow people do? Shadow people? They're grooving. Crawling madness. An example. The face when I'm used as an example of what DPH abuse can cause in humans. The DPH master comments on being used as an example. That's how it works. That's what happens. DPH master face and pussy appraisal. Well, this is my face and this is my pussy. Alright, motherfuckers, you better hand me all your fucking DPH right now. By the way, this picture was taken on Christmas 2019. Nice. And this is approved. This is approved by Hetman, by the Lord. The seal is your assurance that Hetman has approved and guaranteed the quality of this product. Well, this is the end. I haven't read everything, but you're free to download this book and to read the entirety of this great, awesome, and awe-inspiring work of literature. And that is all, friends. This magnificent, amazing, great, and awe-inspiring work of literature, aptly entitled I Love DPH Twisted Tales of Delirium Volume 1, has come to an end. The DPH master himself hereby bestows upon all of his very, very nice DPH friends a very, very big thank. Thanks so much for making I Love DPH a wonderful community. It is fun and nice. I like it a lot. Thank for every friend who has inspired this majestic work of art that is now available for all the world to read and discover the wonders of the magic drug, the almighty diphenhydramine, aka the DPH. Keep doing your DPH every day and every night. It is the bestest, most wonderfulest drug ever conceived by mankind. And also, you better be fucking ready. I Love DPH Twisted Tales of Delirium Volume 2 will be coming to your library and bookstore shelves soon. May Hetman guide you through Iriel, and may you have unforgettable delirious adventures now and always. And never do more than 3 grams of DPH or you might have a seizure and fucking die. This holy scripture is dedicated to all DPH friends on I Love DPH and beyond. Please do keep enjoying the madness, and once again, thank you. Sincerely yours truly, the DPH Master, the end. So this was a quick look at this award-winning book that I wrote, I Love DPH Twisted Tales of Delirium. I hope you liked it, and the link will be on the description. And volume 2 will be coming soonish. I don't know exactly when, but you're gonna know when it's the right time. If you're not subscribed to our nice channel, please subscribe and like this video if you like it. If you hate it, click on the hate button. And this video is almost 1 hour long, so I'm sorry for the long video, and also sorry for my bad English, and also sorry for, I don't know, I'm not in a very good mood today, so I don't know, man. I will make another video soon, talking about various stuff. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood, so yeah, I think it'll be nice. Anyway, thanks, and take care, friends.